Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. So, you've decided to launch your online store and your choice fell on WordPress. I have the great news for you. WordPress is the number one selling free CMS in the world. It powers up to 29% of all websites on all the countries, and it is a great way to start to kick off your online e-commerce with the plugin such as WooCommerce. So in this video, we will go over some of the must-have techniques, the best practices to launch your online store and become successful with it. Don't take my word for granted. I am the business owner and I have launched a successful online store using WordPress and WooCommerce working in conjunction. So if you're interested to find out more, give this video a powerful like and continue watching. So, WordPress is a very powerful CMS. It may be a little sluggish, it may be a little taking too much resources of your web hosting, but at the same time, it has a lot of free themes and a lot of free plugins and paid ones that can extend your functionality. So the basic setup for e-commerce is you have to download first the WordPress, and then you can install the WooCommerce. Once you do that, you can customize your shop, you can upload your images, change prices, set up the shipping policies, and contact forms. This is all the basic setup, and there are plenty of videos on that topic. But in this episode, I'm going to go specifically about the search engine optimization and how to bring more traffic, how to bring more leads, and ultimately more sales to your online store. Well, the first thing you need to search for and look for is the proper URL structure. I mean that if you are looking to design the online store, you're going to sort out your products into categories. And your names of your categories could be some high trafficable searchable keywords. In order to find out which keywords are more popular or not, you need to look into keyword searching tools. One of the tools I'm personally using is called keywordtool.io. It's a paid tool, but it's well worth it. So I can research how many monthly clicks those keywords are bringing, how many people are searching, what's the advertising rate for those keywords, and on and on. So this is all useful information. So when I'm designing the store, the store should be competitive by the design. Unlike Shopify or Wix or other platforms, WooCommerce allows you to go deeper into integration. You have more control over your property because it's stored on your server, on your DNS domain, and you can change the URL structure and categories. So tip number one, search for high trafficable keywords, high frequency keywords, and then set up your categories for your products. Then once you set up your categories, integrate them into the menus. Menus are super easy to set up on WordPress. Just look up some tutorials on how to log in into the dashboard and go into navigation, and then there's a tabs and you can move them around. You can set up these special static URLs. This is all important step because if your categories are named after your keywords, therefore you need to those keywords properly integrate into the menu. So this is the SEO internal optimization. Step number 3, you have to start your online blog. Blogging nowadays is considered a must-have feature in order to show Google and other search spiders that your blog, that your website is active, you're publishing unique, interesting content. But this is very costly and time-consuming for an entrepreneur to set up. So the easiest way to do it is to research other blogs in your niche, in your product niche, in your competitors, and try to get their ideas try to borrow those ideas and rewrite your own articles. This way you can speed up your article distribution release schedule. I would recommend the tool. It's called Spin Text. It's also a paid tool, but this is the tool which finds the synonyms and helps you quickly rewrite someone else's article, so it will not be a plagiarize, it will be a unique piece of content. This greatly improves the throughput of your limited resources startup. And when you design the blog, make sure you are going after the low frequency keywords. As you know, there are high frequency keywords people search the most, and low frequency keywords people search least. But the web is known that there is a lot of keywords are being in the long tail, so to speak, and therefore you need to accommodate that long tail by releasing the diverse articles on your blog targeting those specific keywords. They will not bring you a lot of traffic, but these keywords could be highly technical, and people who are searching for these highly technical terms might not be in a market to purchase in your product or service. Therefore, volume and popularity of the keywords does not guarantee it's a target market for your products or services. But what can guarantee is a highly technical terms. That means people are farther on their purchasing scale, and they have a purchasing intent because they have already researched more and they know these technical issues, technical terminology, jargon, and they can search specifically for the solution you might be offering. So don't overlook the power of the blog. Release the article schedule and publish them regularly on your blog. My advice is to, since this is a WordPress and WooCommerce setup, use the blog as the subcategory of your main website. Therefore, you're running a store and the blog at the same cohesive structure. Therefore, your blog is just your other category. You go to, it's integrated into your menu, and their articles are integrated in your site map, and they're all automatically synchronized and being fed to Google. This is very important. Step number 4 is to try to improve the speed of the website. The website, WordPress, unfortunately, is notoriously slow. It takes a lot of inefficient MySQL queries, and the loading time is excruciatingly painfully slow. Therefore, hire a freelancer, use the freelance marketplaces such as Upwork, Weblancer, Freelancer. There's plenty of them. Even ask on Facebook, join some Facebook groups where developers hang out. Post them the question that you want to optimize your WordPress speed. Unfortunately, out of the box, WordPress is slow, but for $50 or so, you can hire a part-time developer to quickly look into your longest queries. There's a plugins for that. There's a free plugins for WordPress which can analyze your longest MySQL queries, which might slow down the firing of the page. And then you hire the developer, give them the admin rights, and they fix this queries, they rewrite them, and it will greatly speed up the speed of your overall page response. I had the same problem back in 2017 when I released my own WooCommerce based website. It was painfully slow. We were trying to do SEO optimization on it to work with the titles, keywords, but every page was taking 5-6 seconds to load, and it was just painfully to work with this website. But then we hired a programmer. He was able to take a look into the source codes, into MySQL queries, and we brought down the speed under less than 1 second. So the website now is instantaneous. And your benchmark, of course, is the Amazon.com. So if Amazon is faster than your website, that means you have to work harder. The future belongs to the fast websites, because users are very impatient. They need everything right away. They're autistic. They need everything without any delay, and if you offer that to users, you're going to succeed. So speed now is the search engine strategy, search engine optimization strategy. So we covered blog. Number 5 is to use the proper titles and proper description for your products and pages and categories. Don't overlook the content. Websites are known for images. Users just look at the images, but users also try to read this product description. So this is a time-consuming process because you need to write up a lot of product descriptions in order to make your website stand out. Of course, you cannot do everything in one gulp. Therefore, you have to focus on your key landing pages at the beginning, which you're trying to promote the most popular products. And then once you finalize and write comprehensive descriptions on those pages, you can gradually extend your focus on other lesser important pages. So writing good copyrighted material as a product description, uploading good images will increase the stay on the page, which is also a search engine optimization factor. You can be surprised, but nowadays Google looks at the average stay on the website, meaning if the Google sent you traffic for one particular search query and the traffic went back to Google a few seconds later, that means they visited your page, but they didn't find this page fulfilling their inquiry, and therefore they went back to Google to continue searching down the list. So that's a negative ranking factor, and your job is to make your pages as memorable as possible so the users will not be able to go back easily to Google. Some webmasters try to play a dark game in this regard. They use some JavaScripts to create pages in between of the landing page and Google, meaning when the visitor comes from Google to your page, he tries to click a go back button, but that go back button doesn't work, or it reloads to the same page, and then you keep going back and still reloads to the same page, so it will never go back in one click. So you have to really hold back button and see the history of the visits, and you'll see that you're already between the Google and your final page, you visited 3 other pages, like fake pages, and they're tricking the browser into being more stickable. So this is still questionable tactics. I'm not sure how Google penalizes this in 2020, but in 2019, when I was searching for some answers on Google, I was painfully disappointed by some websites who didn't answer my search inquiry, but at the same time they made my landing experience horrible. I couldn't easily get back to Google, and I really abhor those websites. My sentiment was really angry, really low, but there is no way to report it, and I was busy. I was able to get back to Google and type in the search query again. So this is the extra work that webmasters try to do to extend the length of the people on the website. Another technique is to use the banners, the pop-up banners. If you're using the special JavaScript plugin, it sees where the user points the mouse on your web page, and if the user points the mouse in the upper screen trying to go close to the back button, it fires the JavaScript, and the pop-up banner appears right away with some special catchy offer, and that's hopefully will catch user's attention, and he will change his mind. Instead of clicking away, he'll be continue browsing your website. This is also a very questionable technique, but I'm bringing up for the sake of the comprehensive example. Is me personally, I never change my mind if I'm already in the mood of leaving the page. No banner would stop me. And second, it's just ineffective. So it's a waste of resources, a waste of time. But at the same time, speaking of banners, I would recommend to go with the email software. There's some startups that offer free plans to get started, and such as MailerLite.com. I've been using this software since 2017 for 3 years now. They offer this script. You just install a snippet of code similar to Google Analytics to track your visitors, but that snippet fires the pop-up windows. And in those pop-up windows, you can prompt the users to subscribe to your newsletter, which extends the length of on the page. And it serves the purpose that these random visitors can become your subscribers. So this is your first attempt to touch base with the people, and therefore you have an opportunity to sign them up for email automation sequence, and you can send them daily or weekly or whichever your schedule is, follow-up updates with some tips, with some Q&A sessions, and on and on and on. So these users could become your valuable first customers. So this email automations are very important for e-commerce, and I'm bringing this up because WordPress has a lot of useful plugins for integration with mail software. So we covered the speed, we covered the block, we covered the on-page optimization. So just to reiterate, there is no super easy ways to get your website running in 2020 because the web space is dominated by some major marketplaces such as eBay, such as Amazon, such as Walmart, and a handful of others. And nowadays you can succeed only as a niche product, as a niche provider, and where those big players are still not getting by. So you have to look at the ways to go in their shadows, behind the back, and then do some your own website optimization strategy. So statistically speaking, Amazon sells over 50% of all online orders. They get 400 orders per second. This is a tremendous amount of e-commerce that's going on behind the scenes. And at the same time, they hire fewer sales clerks, they don't have physical stores to display their product. All the efforts are being spent on marketing, their biggest purchaser of Google Ads, and on order fulfillment and delivery. There is no even great customer service. There is nobody to pick up the phone or answer your email. You can, if you're not satisfied with the product or you didn't get it, you can easily return it or get a refund. So everything is so optimized and so simplified that Amazon is really now the giant in the e-commerce. And the way to beat them, you have to go into your niches. So if you're, for example, considering Shopify, right, you'll be asked to pay at least $30 a month. So this is little, but still an ongoing expense, especially for a little shop who wants to get started. As the app developer myself, I've been seeing a lot of stores up and coming on Shopify, and then a couple of months later they close down the doors. There are very few people who can succeed even with the pre-built machine constructors. So the best way to do it, of course, is to minimize your monthly expenses and to go with the free software such as WooCommerce and WordPress. Another free plugin I would recommend, because full disclosure, I'm the owner of it, is the Convey This plugin, which can extend the multilingual capability of your store into different languages. And as we know, US has a large Spanish-speaking population, large Chinese-speaking population, and these people barely speak English, but they still have purchasing power. And this plugin is able to convert your pages into foreign languages and attract traffic to them from Google. So you will get the free exposure and more sales by using this plugin. So it is considered a language plugin, but at the same time it's a great SEO plugin for e-commerce enthusiasts who want to bootstrap their online store and become successful in the long run. That's it for this episode. If you really enjoyed this video, give me a powerful like, write me down a comment. What did you find useful in those tips? And if you want to continue to see the part 2, let this video get the 100 likes, and I will release the part 2 of the search engine optimization video for WooCommerce, the most advanced techniques. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.